high.
So y'all, Jimmy Macram here. I know I said I would talk about WrestleMania several times before the event, but I'm sorry. I haven't been much enjoying what I've been seeing. It's been alright. It's been okay, some of it, but if it hasn't been named Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, I have not been all too fond. Wait a minute. Though Triple H and Seth Rollins has been pretty solid. Now, as for the card, this WrestleMania card looks like it's going to be a really good B-level event. So if this was Vengeance or something, this is a really good lineup. Now, it's stacked. That's most certainly. Lots of big names. Lots of 7-year-old men. Undertaker! I just don't know how the matches are going to turn out. But I will say this. If several matches that I think are going to be decent overachieve, we could have a pretty good event. Start from the bottom.
Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team fucking here.
Andre the Giant Battle Royal. If Strowman doesn't win this, it will be a travesty to all mankind. I have been a big Braun Strowman guy ever since the draft started. WWE doesn't get much booking right. They've gotten Braun right. He had a great match with Big Show. He had a great match with Reigns. He's looked like a goddamn monster. He better win this Battle Royal and win it handily. Matter of fact, he should eliminate everybody. Now I think about it. Neville defends the Cruiserweight Championship against Austin Aries. Now, this is going to be on the pre-show as well. I thought it was going to be on the regular card, and then it would have got 5 minutes because we need to have Pitbull perform or fucking whoever the fuck it is this year, and this person sing this, and we need skits and fire instead of having two of the best wrestlers in the world do what they do, but it's on the pre-show. That means it's going to get some time. I expect a really good matchup. And I expect Neville to retain the championship. We have time for another Austin Aries run. But right now, Neville to me is the best thing that's happened to the Cruiserweight division. So you got to keep the belt on him. Raw Tag Team title match. Ladder match. A couple of haters. Speaking of people who have been on fire since the draft, Alexa Bliss has definitely been one of them. There's been Bliss, there's been The Miz, there's been AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, and Braun Strowman. Those motherfuckers have all stepped up since the draft. You gotta keep the belt on Alexa Bliss. Unless you want to give it to Naomi, since she shouldn't have lost it. I guess you could do that. But I'm going with Bliss. How can one match feel beneath 4 people? Actually, it feels beneath 3 of them. Because John Cena is the biggest star this company's had in a decade. The Miz and Maurice have been on fire. And this only seems to benefit one person. This exchange. The build-up's been okay. Because Miz is awesome. Cena and Nikki go over relatively fast. I'm going to say 8 minutes, maybe. And then maybe Cena proposes or something equally ridiculous since it's WrestleMania. Oh, John. I thought I wanted to see you outside the main event. Now I'm not so sure. Dean Ambrose and Baron Corbin. Corbin cheats. Corbin takes the IC title. Raw Women's title match. Bayley, Nia Jax, Charlotte, and God. Bayley retained. This booking for this match has been all over the fucking place. I think I have to go. You know what? I'm going to try to guess WWE's booking here. And the big shocker of Charlotte losing her streak to Bayley at the last event. I'm going to say Charlotte becomes the 76th time Women's Champion. We have now arrived at one of those matches that needs to overperform for this to be a good event. This was 10 years ago. I'd say this is going to be amazing. Styles can just flip all over the place and throw Shane all over the place, and it'd be a great match. But as of the moment, Shane is a 58-year-old man. He's not 58. And while AJ Styles is still the best wrestler on the planet, I don't see the fit here. Especially in a regular wrestling match. Now, Shane is going to take a big bump or two. Styles should win this easily, but it's Shane, McMahon, and all the McMahons become 20 times stronger when they're in a wrestling ring for some reason. So I'm going to say it gets crazy, and Styles wins with a chair shot. A ridiculous chair shot. Like, a chair shot off the stage, and then Shane falls 800 feet. Brain explodes. The feud of the show, what I believe will be the match of the night, Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho. First of all, the two of them have killed it. Chris Jericho especially. He's moved into my top 10 wrestlers of all time with this recent run. I've kept him out as long as I possibly could, but I can no longer justify Chris Jericho not being treated as the deity that he is. This man had like 8 different gimmicks, and they've all been amazing. I'm going to say Jericho wins. I don't know why, it just feels like a nice bow on this feud to me. And since Jericho's leaving shortly, I would imagine, Owens obliterates him on Raw, and then Stephanie hands Owens the US belt. Triple H versus Seth Rollins. This is another match that needs to overachieve. Again, a few years ago, I'd say it would be fantastic, but Rollins is hobbled. Don't think he's injured, but I don't think he's 100%. And H is an even older, even slower wrestler at this point. Still pretty good, last I saw. Triple H wins. Rollins gives a valiant effort on one leg, but there's no way. H don't want to lose to Sting. He's not losing to a one-legged man. That's not going to happen. Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker. This is an interesting spot. Because it's Taker's last match. Possibly. Probably. You would think that he would go over, but it's Roman Reigns. Listen, best case scenario for this would have been if Taker had kept the streak up until this point, and then he gives it to Reigns as a final farewell, and Reigns turns heel, because it just makes too much sense to not do. But that's not going to happen. So I think Reigns wins clean. 3 spears. Reigns pins him. Crowd goes fucking ape shit. And that's that. Now, Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt for the WWE Championship. Randy Orton, believe it or not, is the face in this feud, even though he was welcomed to his home by Bray Wyatt. He betrayed him. He set his house on fire with his sister's corpse in it. Somehow, this is the good guy. Bray Wyatt, the dude who welcomes you with open arms, is the bad guy. Alright, if you say so. Orton wins. I hope not. I'm rooting for Bray. I think he could be a massive star if they booked him right, if they pushed him right. The title was a nice start. They should have him retain. Not entirely sure it's going to happen. I'm going with Randy Orton via ridiculously cool RKO at some point. And now, the match that needs to overachieve the most, but I have the least faith in overachieving the most. Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. Now, Lesnar, or was it Goldberg? Somebody said that this match is going to be a bloodfest. It's going to be violent. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be amazing. By the standards that this feud has already set, that means this match probably went 5 minutes. Listen, I hope it is all those things. I don't think it will be. Lesnar's going over. If anybody has any brains, we had our fun. We had our fun with Goldberg. He had his cool run. It was nice to see him. Glad he's back. I'm glad he was back. Now he can ride off into the sunset after having that WWE run he always wanted. And Brock Lesnar can continue to be the beast. Lesnar wins in 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Matter of fact, post your comments down below how long you think that match is going to last. Whoever's right will get my gratitude. Post your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe.
Did he forget the names just like Steve Harvey? Tell Adidas that we need $1 million in production. I done told y'all all I needed was the infrastructure. Now we